Hello and welcome here to Talk FCB, and we are Spanish champions, La Liga winners 2016. We have secured the title on the final day away at Granada, and today we're going to be looking through the top 10 biggest moments and the best moments of this La Liga season and exactly how we have claimed this title. Now, we may have blown quite a large lead, we may have had to take it down to the final day, but nothing really should take away from what a fantastic season it has been for this group of players. And once again, there have been massive moments, and when we needed somebody to shine, one of our big names has stepped up, and the team in general have got us over the line. So let's kick right off here with the first game of the season. Now, you'll notice the first three of these moments are the first three games of the season, and it was a massive start for us. Going away at Atlético Club, they'd beaten us, absolutely demolished us in the Spanish Super Cup. So going away there on the first game of the season, when we weren't looking in the best condition, Gerard Piqué was suspended, Neymar wasn't available, and this was a really tough game. And already in the season, we had a test. Luis Suárez produced the goods. It wasn't pretty, it wasn't magnificent, but a 1-0 scoreline got us over the line. A fantastic volley from the Uruguayan, and we got the 3 points. It was also a very big game as Sergio Roberto played right back for the first time, and that was the start of his run in the team, which really earned him a fantastic season. Thomas Vermaelen as well was excellent as centre-back. That seems like a long time ago. Then it was on to the second game of the season, Malaga at home, a place where last season we had dropped all 3 points when they beat us by a goal to nil, and it looked very much like that could be the case again. There were some very nervy moments. It was 0-0 for most of the game, but in the 72nd minute, the most unlikely of sources, Thomas Vermaelen himself steps up with a volley, smashes it into the back of the net, and gives us again a vital 3 points. So the two opening games of the season were two 1-0 victories. They were slim, they were very slender victories, but they were so important going forward. And the test did not end there, because in the third game of the La Liga season, we headed to the Vicente Calderon. Now, I think both games against Atlético Madrid this season are underrated. I think when you look at how we went out of the Champions League against them, and you look at now they're in the Champions League final, these victories were underrated. We played so well, and to come back from behind in both of these games was incredible. And the first one away at the Calderon was really emphatic. Fernando Torres scores after 50 minutes to put Atlético Madrid into the lead, and you're thinking 50 minutes in, Vicente Calderon, Messi was on the bench, he just had another child, so he had not much sleep, he was quite groggy, didn't know whether to play him or not. Luis Enrique, with the advice of Messi, left him on the bench. We were 1-0 down, and then 4 minutes later, Neymar pulls an absolutely stunning free kick out the bag, and then Lionel Messi comes on, and you're waiting, you're thinking, can we get the winner? 10 minutes or so from time, Lionel Messi makes a run in the box, fantastic first touch, lay off from Suárez, and bang, back of the net, and again, 3 massive points, because not only was it big points in terms of getting those 3 points and getting 9 out of 9, it was taking points away from what would later be a massive title challenger that is Atlético Madrid. And to come back at their home ground like that took real courage and a really fantastic display. And then a very interesting one. You might be surprised to see this one in here. It's the 4-1 demolition, really, that we suffered against Celta Vigo. They absolutely smashed us on that day. Gerard Piqué was returning from suspension, and the whole team just went to pieces. They looked like a completely different team. We lost 4-1. Nolito had a field day. John Guidetti and Aspas as well. They scored, and they just ripped us apart. They were fantastic on the counter-attack. We never really looked threatening, and everybody started to talk then, didn't they? Are Barcelona going to be the same team? Is this team going to be able to dominate again? Should Luis Enrique be the manager? Is MSN going to work? And all the questions started once again. And I felt what this was a really good wake-up call. I think those players, after such a successful season in the last one, they needed this sort of wake-up call that said, hang on a second, you may have achieved it all last season, but this season you've still got to keep that intensity. You've still got to work exactly the same as you did last season. You've got to keep working hard. Otherwise, people are going to come here and they're going to do this. And that woke them up. That made them think, you know what, we're going to start performing. We're going to carry on the level we were at. And after that result, much like last season when there was a few results which just turned things in our favour, this was one of them. We really started to perform after this, and it was a big moment in our season. Then there was Villarreal at home. We're skipping now to November. This was a game, one match before El Clasico, and again without Lionel Messi. He was out with injury, so it was all on Luis Suárez and Neymar's shoulders. Villarreal were coming into this game on a really good run of form. We saw this season they finished in 4th place. This is going to be a tough one at the Camp Nou, and what followed was absolutely magnificent. Suárez and Neymar as a combination were absolutely mind-blowing. The combination play, the fantastic link-ups between them, and the goal from Neymar has to go down easily as one of the best goals of the season. The skill, the individual brilliance, the swagger, the finish, it was all magnificent. He scored 2 on the day. Again, we left it until the second half to make our breakthrough, but a 3-0 win not only was fantastic on the night, but it also gave us really good confidence for our next game, of course, which was going to the Bernabeu for an absolutely key game in the title race, like it always is in the Clasico. And how would we get on at the Bernabeu against Real Madrid? The answer to that is a 4-0 demolition. It was a stunning victory, and I was in Barcelona for this game. I was watching it in a bar with a lot of fans, of course, as you can imagine. The atmosphere was amazing in the city, despite it being an away game, of course, and it was just absolutely enthralling. What a stunning performance, what a sensational team performance. Lionel Messi was on the bench for most of it, and still we executed this game plan. We played with the 4 midfield players. Sergio Roberto was excellent, Luis Suárez finished off his chances, Neymar was excellent, and Iniesta's goal was just absolutely football heaven. And then the celebration as well, with Iniesta and Messi rising off the bench and running onto the pitch to celebrate with the other players. And it was just one of those games which will go down not only for this season, but every season in general for us. It's one of those that will go down in history, that we'll always remember as being one of those times where we absolutely destroyed Real Madrid. And it's one certainly for the history books, and it was a wonderful evening that had a big bearing on the title race. Our confidence from there soared. Real Madrid's took a real hit. And then the next game then, going into 2016, was Malaga away. Once again, another game against Malaga where we went there last season and we dropped points. And again in this game, it looked very hard fought. We went 1-0 up, a really early goal from Munir, but Juanpi equalised for Malaga. And then in the second half, Lionel Messi once again pops up out of nowhere to score a stunning individual volley. The ball comes in from the left-hand side from Adriano, and it really is a breathtaking move from Lionel Messi. 50 minutes into the game, that's the goal that won it. And again, you're thinking, this is an away game. It's a game we dropped points in last season. It's going to be a tough one. And once again, when you're looking for your big players to get you out of a hole, Lionel Messi did that absolutely brilliantly. And then once again, I mentioned it earlier, the comeback at home against Atlético Madrid. This was a massive game going into this one. It was the pressure was on, the title was in the balance. These two teams were gunning for it. It was very tight at the top. We had a lead, but of course leads, as we've seen, can be cut so quickly. So going into this game, one thing you didn't want to happen was to lose to Atlético Madrid, and that's what looked like happening. Koke put them ahead pretty early on in the game, and it was one of those where the crowd really got behind the team. Everybody was gunning for it, and just look at the celebrations after Lionel Messi equalises. Wild celebrations, him and Neymar there going absolutely crazy, and that was what the atmosphere was like on that day. It was a really fantastic afternoon of football. And then just before the half was out, one goal which I think was really reminiscent of Suárez's goal in the Clasico last season, a long ball over the top, he runs onto it, takes a fantastic first touch, and then beats a very good goalkeeper in Jan Oblak with a stunning finish into the goal, and it's 2-1. Atletico Madrid then got 2 players sent off after that. You remember the horrific challenge from Felipe Luis. Diego Godin went after that as well, but it was a really hard fought victory. And again, coming back against Atletico should not be underrated, because that was a fantastic feat to do it twice in a season, to beat them twice. A Diego Simeone team coming from behind to win against a team like his, as organised as they are, deserves so much credit. And then of course, I think one of the biggest results of the season, we went through our blip, we drew with Villarreal, we lost to Real Madrid, we lost to Sociedad, we lost to Valencia, and we were coming onto this game with 3 straight losses and 4 games in the league without a win. We needed a result at Deportivo La Coruña absolutely desperately. If we didn't beat them, we would not be sitting here as title winners, and we beat them all right. 8-0 winners. What a stunning result that was. Luis Suárez as well. once again proving that he is a fantastic player, a fantastic striker, and what a season he's had goal scoring wise this season. 4 goals on the night for him, and not only did he score 4 goals in this game, but in the following game as well against Sporting Gijón at home, he bagged another 4. So it was a really commanding victory against Deportivo. It was a victory that got us back on track, that got the confidence flowing again, and certainly stood us in good stead going into our last few games of the season, where we really needed to win every single game to keep up our title challenge. And in the end, this was a game that brought everything flushing back for us. The brilliant form, the fantastic players that we've got. We needed this desperately, and on that day, once again, our big players, our big strikers did not disappoint. And then finally, of course, you've got today, where we've beaten Granada. We have secured the La Liga title on the last day. And of course, you always want to secure the title before the last day. That's how it works. You want the pressure to be off. You don't really want to be going down to the final day where mistakes can happen. But you've got to give credit. You may have blown the whole lead. We may have had a great better chance of finishing this season off before the league was done. But you've got to give them credit. They didn't lie down. They didn't say, oh, you know what, we've blown it now. We messed it up for ourselves. We're going to be down about it. We're going to be negative. We're going to turn on each other. They didn't do that. They're a fantastic set of players, not only ability-wise, but mentally. Mentally, they've got the mentality of winners. They're all serial winners. They've won everything there is to win in their career, yet they still retain that hunger. They still retain that drive to go out every single game and give everything possible to get those trophies. And once again this season, they have secured back-to-back league titles, something that really should not be underrated once again. This is a really fantastic feat. No matter how we've done it, no matter how many points we had to spare, it doesn't matter in the end. We are La Liga champions for the 2nd year in a row. We are dominating this league once again, and it is a fantastic feat today that every single player on that pitch should be really, really proud of. Luis Enrique and his managerial staff have done a fantastic job once again, and we also now go into the Copa del Rey final with a lot of confidence. We can do this. We can secure the double, and if we do that, it will be a fantastic season, and everybody deserves great credit for that. So leave your thoughts down below, guys. It was very, very difficult to get 10 moments and narrow them down to 10. I thought I'd do that just to keep the video from being, half an hour long or something. I've got it down to 10, but there was some really, really good moments and fantastic goals and fantastic games which didn't quite make the cut. But let me know down below, guys, if you've got any opinions. What do you think of the ones I've mentioned? Are there any moments that really stick out in your mind for you? And what have you rated this league season like as a whole? How do you rate this success in the end? So let me know down below, guys. Always look forward to hearing your opinions. Thank you for a fantastic season here with you. It's been outstanding from start to finish. We should be really, really proud of this team. And of course, I will be here going into the Copa del Rey final for more videos. And throughout the summer as well, I will be here letting you know what's going on the transfer front. And of course, looking forward to next season. Let me know your thoughts, guys. I will see you very, very soon. We are La Liga champions. And until next time, Vesca El Barça.